Weekend Game Plan gets out into the community with Suburban Newspaper sports editor Mark Lidbetter and the Amateur Sports Report.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Very good, Matt. Wasn't that a great night last night?
Expos Fest was a phenomenal night last night. It was great to see you, Mark, and as always, you were all over the place. But we only have a few minutes, so let's get to your report. I don't want to miss any of these great words of wisdom and nuggets from around the Montreal area. Let's talk first about the Team Quebec girls and how they did at the National Championships in the U18 hockey.
Yeah, this was, unfortunately, it's a silver medal, which is still a great accomplishment. And it was against Team Ontario Red last Sunday out in Regina, Saskatchewan. The killer for Team Quebec was game was deadlocked going into the last minute of the second period, and Ontario popped in a pair of power play goals to take a 3-1 lead, and that was that. But it might sound unusual, the national championship in the month of November. Now, the key to this is that Team Canada uses this as a platform to showcase the best under-18 talent in the country, because from that pool, the scouts are going to pick the team that will go to the Czech Republic in January for the 2017 IIHF U18 World Championships. Now, what was nice is on this Team Quebec, you had some local talent. You had a couple of girls out of the Lac-Saint Louis region. You had a very strong defense player by the name of Kristen Guerrero, who comes out of Hockey West Island back from her start. And you have a forward by the name of Amy Landry, who had a pair of goals over her play in the tournament from Beaconsfield out of Lakeshore. Now, the team, though, was backstopped 4 of the 5 games by Laval's Edith Dastus-Moreau. And let me tell you, in her 4-game appearance, she had a shutout, she had a 1.81 goals against average, and a very impressive 949 save percentage. So, I mean, this is some really strong talent, and the girls did well. Even though they lost to Ontario, they still brought home the silver to Quebec.
Chatting with Mark Lidbetter from the Suburban Newspaper as we talk some amateur sports here on Weekend Game Plan with Matthew Ross. Elsewhere, former Olympian great and a member of the Les Canadiens, Caroline Ouellette, doing some fun things.
Yeah, this is going to be the 3rd edition. I wanted to get the word out on this. It's going to be Caroline Ouellette's Girls Hockey Celebration. Now, it's going to be December 15th to 18th at St. Laurent's Ray Bourque Arena. Now, this is something that Caroline does, and it's to offer girls aged 6 to 14 a chance to take part in an all-girls hockey celebration that builds their love to the game, but also it contributes to their personal development. So they get a chance to be with the future stars of hockey, with the current stars of the game, and give them successful role models. So, like over the period of that 3-day segment, they're going to have a pair of games. They're going to have a final game in each age category of the 2 best teams. There's going to be a one-on-ice skill development session with coaches from the national team and the CWHL Montreal Les Canadiens. One-on-one ice goalie session with Charlene Labonte and Kim St. Pierre. There's going to be conferences and autographs and picture sessions with the Olympians. And there'll be a demonstration game with the CWHL Les Canadiens where several Olympians are going to play. And even the coaches are going to get some coaching development sessions. Now, to take part in this, parents need to go to carolinouellette.ca. All the information is there, how to register for it. And I mean, it's just something great that Caroline is doing to promote the girls' game.
That's excellent. Elsewhere on the baseball side of things, Baseball Quebec handing out some hardware.
Yeah, they had their annual general meeting weekend, and that includes the galas that they have, the Gala Meritus and the Hall of Fame Gala. And Baseball Laval scored 5 awards there. At the Hall of Fame evening, which one person from each region is recognized for their contribution, and Jocelyn Ferrero of the Laval Delta was among the honorees for his volunteer work. And Mark Vadboncourt was awarded the Baseball Canada Volunteer of the Year Award for his years in the sport, and he is currently serving as Vice President of Baseball Quebec. But on the player side, at the Gala Meritus, the Timbits Rally Cap category, 1 player per region is honored, and Samuel Saucier of the Laval Nord squad was selected for his region. And a trio of players from Laval were recognized as the best in the province in 3 categories. Nicolas Beaulieu of Laval Nord was the Adam A Player of the Year. You had William Cossette of Laval Delta was tapped as the Mosquito A Player of the Year. And also at the Mosquito A level, you had Charles Pruneau from Laval Nord, who was named the best Mosquito A player in Quebec. So just, it's nice to see baseball is thriving in the province.
That's very, very exciting for baseball lovers like myself and you, Mark. So that's great. And then finally, Mark, I know you had another item. Let's talk some football.
Yeah, it's the final weekend for Football Quebec, and the little guys are going to get the big pro treatment starting today and tomorrow. Today you're going to have the Ballon d'Argent on the Percival Molson turf, and then tomorrow it's going to be the Coupe Ancien Alouettes Championships, also on the turf. And this is where, they do the player introductions, they get out there, they're on the big field, the big stands, and they just get to play. Games get underway at 10:30 both days. And they follow each other, going with the Adam, Mosquito, and Pee-wee. So, for example, today in Adam, you have St. Lazare Stallions taking on the Richelieu Pirates. In Mosquito, you have the Ilbazard Vikings taking on the La Prairie Diablos. And the Diablos will be back at the Pee-wee level also, as they take on the Chateauguay Raiders. Now, tomorrow, a couple of local games for me to be out there covering. We're going to have the Western Patriots in Adam taking on the Lakeshore Cougars. In Mosquito, you have the Sunnybrook Bears taking on the Richelieu Pirates, and then closing out the day in Pee-wee and the Coupe Ancien Alouettes, you've got Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu Dorchester taking on the St. Leonard Cougars. Just some great football for the little guys, and a chance to end the year on a really big field.